We're doing a giveaway. We are going to be giving away 3 copies of WWE 2K26 to those in our Discord. So join our Discord before WrestleMania if you want a chance at winning one of those. It's free to join, and it's a wrestling community where you could go and chat with other wrestling fans. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Let's get to the video. Welcome to another episode of This Week in Wrestling. I'm your host, RTP and ANT in HD, and next to me is my boy RTP John. John, how you doing, my brother? Oh yeah, shout out Sabu. Oh, I think you're in the Sabu.
No, I was supposed to do Sabu, but then I realized I don't know Sabu's voice, so I just defaulted to Macho. That's one of the taunts, by the way, for Blue Collar Dollar. I have him pointing up this guy.
Hey, if you guys want to hear about Blue Collar Dollar and all that, join our Discord where we're playing WWE 2K26. I think I'm comp at the game, so if you guys want to hit me up in the Discord, you want the smoke with me, you already know where to find me, man. I'm not ducking nobody. Boom, boom. But you know what it is today.
I'm ducking.
We're doing content a little different this week. So today we're going to be covering SmackDown, Raw, Dynamite, not Collision, NXT, everything that happened as of Saturday morning. Tonight's Rhea de Reyes and Collision. I'm going to be watching both of those shows. But tomorrow, me and John are going to be at AEW Revolution. So after AEW Revolution, after we drank 15, 20 beers at this event, after we drink beers at the event, we're going to come home and record an episode. And that episode is going to be all about Revolution.
Hell yeah.
So we're just going to do all Revolution tomorrow night. That'll be out on Monday. Short form will be the same as ever. But yeah, it's just going to be kind of the basic stuff from this week's In Wrestling, which is the name of the show. So you should have seen that coming. SmackDown was a very mediocre show with a cool ending with Randy Orton finally doing what we've been wanting Randy Orton to do and turning heel on Cody Rhodes and technically Jelly Roll.
Honestly, more notably, Jelly Roll turned heel on everyone because remember, did you see the thing he was like? He's like, I'm the Jeffrey Epstein of the music industry. Did you hear him say that stuff?
I did not hear him say that. That's a heel turn for sure.
Yeah, I know, but like real life heel turn, like
yeah.
I'm over Jelly Roll.
Okay, but they probably took him out of context.
They took him out of context. You're right. You're actually so right.
Let's talk about wrestling for a second. So Randy Orton turns heel. To me, I've been waiting for this moment for so long.
Yes.
At the same time, this fell out of nowhere, right? Like, and not in the good way.
It didn't feel super out of nowhere to me just because of the promo. I didn't know Randy was turning heel when I was watching because I knew they had the final segment. I didn't tune in to watch SmackDown live because I was just busy. But I caught up when I was at the gym. I was like watching it, and then but I watched the Randy segment first, and then I watched everything else that happened. And I was like, man, what a waste of time that was. But I should have just watched the segment, just been done with it. But yeah, that was awesome though, because when you watch the promo, as soon as Cody was hamming it up, I'm like, oh, it's happening tonight. Yeah, I was like, it's happening tonight. And the way that I translated it and interpreted it is that this isn't a full heel turn yet. Even though he did horrible things, you can see Randy. It's not as much. It almost looked like when he had to like RKO Stephanie McMahon. There's that like regret there behind it, and then he's like, "I got to do it though. I'm sorry," and then he just does it.
Yeah,
I think this is Randy going like, "You asked for this. You're asking for Prime Orton. I'll give you what I would do."
I guess
you know what I mean?
Does context. It just felt like
Cody was begging for it. It's like, we know that the real Randy Orton's gonna be there, and then like he's like, I'll throw you the real Randy Orton, and then just concertos him on the steel steps. Like, I don't know. I liked it. It did feel rushed though, but I'm happy they're doing it now rather than at Mania.
I do too. I don't think it has to make too much sense. In 2 weeks, I'm not going to be complaining about this, but in the moment, I was kind of like,
yeah.
But I guess like we're still building to something. It's not like we're building to the heel turn. We're building kind of towards the punt, which is what we all want to see.
I want to see Randy kick him right in that tattoo.
What's tough about this, and I don't think WWE cares about this, but it feels like Cody Rhodes has had more hate than ever lately. And now Randy Orton's turning heel. Like no one, and everyone's been wanting Randy to turn heel. So there's not going to be many Cody Rhodes fans at Vegas. That's another away game for him.
I think surprisingly, not a ton of cheers. Just like, oh, like it was like a roar. It wasn't cheers or boos, which is what I think it will be. If they keep it brutal, like if they get the audience cringing, that's where I think they can exist. Like I think it'll be a stipulation match. I think as annoying as it is, it has to be a stipulation match after that. Like I don't see how you don't. I don't. It's kind of like the whole Triple H versus Randy Orton thing, where it's like Triple H broke into Randy Orton's house. Randy Orton like punted Mr. McMahon. Like there was like all that whole feud, all for them to have like a 35-minute singles match with no blood or nothing. Like you know what I mean? It's like you get to this extreme. You can't go less extreme than the heel turn. So I think it has to be some sort of stipulation match where the punt would be allowed.
I would love to see Randy RKO Brandy or punt kick Mama Rhodes or let's take it there. Let's take it there.
I didn't even think about Mama Rhodes, dude. Like,
Let's take it.
Concerto's Mama Rhodes.
For me, this is like The Rock versus Cody Rhodes, kind of that build up to WrestleMania, but with someone I actually like. So I think that's what I'm looking forward to, where I'm not gonna have to be like, but it's The Rock, and I don't really do that a lot. But like, for example, I like watching with my brother, and my brother does that, so I'm like, yeah, now we could just fucking root for Randy Orton to kill Cody Rhodes, you know, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
I think it'll be a split crowd. I do think it's just going to be shock and awe. I think it's just going to be horror. Like
I don't think it'll be a split crowd, bro. I think Cody's going to get boos. They were chanting Randy at the show.
They were. And when he sat down at the end, they did cheer him.
I can't see. It just doesn't make sense. If everyone's hating on Cody, and I know the internet isn't necessarily what the arena reflects. Like Jey Uso's the prime example of that. But it does also feel like Cody Rhodes' pops, other than the woes, are getting quieter and quieter.
Yeah, and especially at like if you think about it this way, they went into it face versus face. I think it would be the exact same outcome. People be cheering Randy, so why not just do it where people get what they want?
Yeah,
if they're gonna cheer Randy anyways, give what they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that WrestleMania heel turn would have been fun though too. Just a fucking like nut shot, or even after Eliminate, like they could have done this right after Elimination Chamber, and I would have thought so differently about that show. But I guess Cody wasn't champion, so it doesn't even make sense. My bad. Drew McIntyre quit wrestling on the show. Again. He quit WWE, which was so sad, so heartbreaking. Us Drew McIntyre fans were all like, "Don't quit, Drew."
No, you're too pretty.
I started like writing tweets and Discord messages about how he's going to go to AEW. I was hearing many reports, and then he just comes back before the main event and Claymore. Now this is a match that has to be a stipulation match for me. Drew versus Jacob, Sin City Street Fight, or whatever the fuck they want to do. But I definitely think that's going to end with something.
I think Jacob Fatu might struggle to make it through the match if it's a 3 stages of hell match, because you hear him huffing and puffing during that 10-minute match. Like literally, I don't know what it is. Also, did you notice how hot the mics were in the ring all night on SmackDown?
Like loud?
Yeah, like during the what is their tag team? Lash Legend and Irresistible Forces. Several times, and Nia wasn't even yelling. She was like, as if she's throwing him in, like throwing him in, giving him the spot as they're rolling in. Like especially during the Bella Twins part, like that whole section up there, you can hear Nia calling the whole thing. I'm like, what are they doing? Turn the mics off. I don't know. Same with the Fatu match with Tricky. You could hear Fatu just like a fucking like asthmatic pug. Which I'm not saying I'd do any better, even if I was performing at that level. But like, turn the mics off, dude. We don't need to hear like your mouth opening and closing in there, you know. But no, I thought that match was great. We could just I want to talk about that, and then we can get into the Drew thing. The Trick Willie and Jacob Fatu match was great. Trick knows how to play the oh shitness of it. Like if you don't sell the fear, then the fear doesn't work. And Jacob Fatu had so many no sell segments, but then Drew comes in and he sells the hell out of the tiniest little bit of like a shoulder. I thought your head don't hurt, but then you get thrown into a post and your head hurt now. Okay, like I don't know. I I always think it's really funny when you have someone who doesn't sell but has to sell for an angle.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's laid out like,
Now they're hurting all of a sudden.
yeah. I don't know. I think we all knew Drew was going to come back. I thought at least it was going to be a week. Go ahead.
It was an hour.
You need
There
to
were,
leave the building.
there was a lot of WrestleMania kind of implications on this show. I think we're both going to be right about the tag team match because I think we're going to get the Irresistible Forces versus the Bellas because mine was Irresistible versus the Bellas, yours was Irresistible versus Charlexa. I think we're just going to get a triple threat tag team match at Mania, which honestly seems like the right choice because I feel like breaking up Alexa and Charlotte now would feel a little rushed. But also, SmackDown kind of needs that. Like, just some segments where people are really talking shit. And it's not like, I love Nick Aldis, but like, every time someone complains about something coming out and being like, that's not what we do on the show is like, kind of the opposite of what I want in wrestling. You know, like, I want to hear the bullshit excuses for Drew McIntyre and all that. So I think having like another, SmackDown's missing something. Like, this Dom Finn stuff would be so much better if it was on SmackDown and it would took up a little bit more of the show because MFTs and Wyatt's, we could pack that up. I said this in the Discord. I'm like, unless you're bringing Bray Wyatt back, let's scrap that. Let's just completely scrap that.
I don't care about this fucking lantern anymore. Like, I really, really don't care. I'm sorry. Like, it's the same finish. Uncle Howdy stumbling around. I got the victory. Points to this guy like Sabu again.
And then we get the overacting where like all the MFTs leave and Tama's there, and then Shinsuke says something in Japanese, and Tama's like, "Why are you here?" And it's like, bro, like it's just not that serious, you know? It's just not that fucking serious.
Which hey, he has improved a lot since his debut, and then he went away to the not independence but developmental to get better, and then he came back better. Like, hey, that's talent because some guys go away and come back and they did not get better at all. But his wrestling has gotten better. I don't. He used
Who,
to be,
Tama?
Yeah,
Tama's a great wrestler.
I'm saying, but remember how he used to be like?
No, you're mixing up his brother.
Oh, the other Tonga Loa.
Yeah, he's a joke. I don't even know if he's on TV right now.
No, he's not.
I don't know if he's in developmental. I haven't seen him.
Was it Tama that got hurt? Is that why he was gone?
Tama got hurt, and
That's
then they
what
just
it was.
cut Tonga Loa out after that.
Okay, so Tonga Loa is the one that's still in. Okay, so he's still in developmental. Yeah, that guy. Okay, never mind then. But Tonga.
The thing that sucks about this feud for me is Solo was kind of over last year because he was funny, and now we're playing this like serious angle with him, and it's like I feel this exact same way about Sami Zayn as a Sami Zayn fan. Sami Zayn just shouldn't be a he could win a world title and be taken serious because he's a great wrestler. He doesn't have to be this like, Cody, I'm your friend. Come on. It's just, that will never hit for me.
No. Sami Zayn. However, heel Sami, he's one of my favorites. But serious babyface Sami, don't care for it.
But okay, when you say heel Sami, what's like, heel
for
Sami?
Instance, if they ran this angle, because remember when Cody was like, if you want the title shot, just ask for it. Mm-hmm. He was kind of like, it's like, it reminds me of that salesman that is too heavy-handed with the sale, where like I think he could be that type of heel where he's trying to nice guy his way into opportunities, and he's like, you know what, fuck, I need to be nice guy. Like, just comes out there and not like exactly like Randy Orton, but like takes advantage of situations, like almost cowardly rolls people up, gets, you know what I mean, starts doing kind of weaselly ways to win. I'm not saying his like Fidel Castro character, like I don't think he should go back to that, even though somehow, some way, Sami Zayn is so good he got that gimmick over, which it should never have gotten over. But yeah, I don't know. I think heel Sami is great because I think a good babyface can always like turn that into being a good heel, but not everybody can do it.
It has to be. I still think you need that funniness to it, where it's not just super serious, and that's kind of what I'm missing. Another thing with WrestleMania implications, we don't gotta talk too much about this, but Tiffy is gonna fight Julia at WrestleMania, which that was in my predictions, so I'll give myself the DIY.
I mean, like Tiffy, man, I'm like, that's another thing that I'm like, okay, what about it? Like,
You don't think that's gonna be good?
I mean, it'll be a good match. I just don't care. I really just don't. I don't care about it. Like WrestleMania's been like there's only 2 matches I care about on WrestleMania right now.
That's facts.
You know
I
what I
would care
mean?
about this though. I think this is gonna be a
I just
cinematic
want
match.
Tiffany Stratton and Sol Ruca in a main roster feud. That's what I want. I think that match would get me excited.
After Stand and Deliver, after NXT's, I think Sol Ruca's gonna main event NXT's
I mean,
WrestleMania.
she has to.
There's just nothing in the men's division that's interesting right now, and we'll touch on that because I just haven't had an urge to watch NXT.
Unless they bring on Leon Slater again.
Even that, like, what's that gonna, you know? But the last thing,
they see him as a name though, so that's why I could see them just like putting him on.
Him and Joe Hendry, so it's just a fucking TNA match.
Literally, yeah. The main event, so that is a TNA match. Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to hit on SmackDown, Jelly Roll on the mic killed it this week. I'm gonna give flowers. And Jelly Roll versus Kit Wilson at WrestleMania, I'm all for.
I don't need to see Jelly Roll do anything in the ring ever. That's
Why? Why are you hating, dog?
Bro, he looks like I'm sorry, but like when he moves, I'm so painfully aware that I'm watching a manufactured product. When I watch wrestling, I want to at least not see what's happening from a mile away. Like, you know, like I don't want to be worried for the performer in there. You know, like I want to be like I can check out and pay attention to the story and just get invested in the match. But when it's Jelly Roll, I'm like, how are these guys going to work around protecting this guy? And that's the most interesting part about it for me watching him wrestle. However, that dude on the mic, no notes.
This is, I think,
No
where
notes
I
at
disagree with you is I'm not watching a Jelly Roll match expecting like Tokyo Dome. You know,
Well, I'm not expecting good wrestling.
I'm not expecting a good wrestling. So when he's not Bad Bunny. You know, Bad Bunny could actually go. But when I'm watching Jelly Roll, I think Jelly Roll, like, who could Kit Wilson fight at WrestleMania that would give him as much light as Jelly Roll? Fucking nobody.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay. Toxic.
Unironically, that would be a really good 3-minute squash match for WrestleMania. Stone Cold comes out, just beats his ass for a couple minutes, stuns him, pins him, walks out, doesn't even say anything. But you know, as in like the feeling I get when I watch a Jelly Roll match is like giving a toddler scissors and telling him to run. Like, it's not entertaining to me.
I don't think he's
like
that
worried.
bad, dude. I enjoyed the SummerSlam match. I don't think he's a bad wrestler. I don't think he's Bad Bunny, but I would probably say, other than like if you count Logan Paul, he's probably the second best celebrity wrestler I've seen. Am I missing people?
Besides Bad Bunny.
Other than Bad Bunny, yeah, second best. Like, he's better than Knoxville. Knoxville is just gimmicky.
I mean, you're gonna forget about Drew Carey.
Give me Jelly Roll every day of the week, bro.
Hey, honestly, I'm entertained when Jelly Roll's on the screen. The angles are always like weirdly decently thought out when he's there. I don't know. I just get like a sense of anxiety, like I'm going to see a man break a rib just by doing an elbow drop. Like, I don't know. I just get this sense of anxiety. I do know though that this next match he does, he's been training. Like there's clips of him online here and there. I know it'll be a better match. The SummerSlam match, I just had this like sense of impending doom watching him wrestle. I don't know why.
The SummerSlam match sucked because they built it so bad. But if they angled it around Jelly Roll realizing he needs to lose weight and stuff, and that wasn't a fucking WWE Unreal thing for me to realize.
I forgot that wasn't part of the angle. That's why I felt like it's a good angle.
It was great on Unreal, but it was like in person they didn't talk about that once. Or maybe they did. Maybe they did, but I just didn't like. It wasn't the focal point of the feud. Like, Jelly Roll proving he could do it or lose weight or whatever.
That would have made more sense why Randy was involved too. It's like, let's put you with a veteran that can like, who's like got a great physique and like you guys are, yeah, that would have made more sense. I think my brain puts the two together, Unreal and the feud, because I remember, I think back on it and I think the angle is good, but I'm probably putting a lot of that credit to
the angle was Randy and Drew were beefing at the time. They had that Saturday night's main event, I think in Nashville. So they didn't like each other, and Logan Paul and Jelly Roll didn't like each other. So what do? We throw them in a tag team. That's what it felt like for me. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I damn sure know that at least the losing weight stuff wasn't included as much as it should have. Yeah. Let's head over to Raw, where we had guess Find the Mario with Seth Rollins and all the masked men. I hated that. I'm not gonna lie.
It looked goofy as hell. I think they could have done a more choreographed version of it, where it was like an actual like in sequence like, but then going,
Yeah, bro. Get the
and then
fuck
like some of those
goofy.
dumbass wrestlers were tripping over each other. Did you see that?
They just look stupid. They
A
look
few of
so
them like
stupid.
literally fell over each other and bumped out of the ring. Like,
Uh, they'll fix it though. I bet they'll fix it. As far as the main thing on Raw goes, obviously was the not Cody Rhodes, the CM Punk and the Usos segment, which I liked. I don't know what the streets were saying about this, but I had a good time watching this, and I liked CM Punk's response. And I know you said CM Punk's kind of being bitchy right now, but I think CM Punk is really justified. I kind of before he said what he said, I was agreeing with him. So what did you think?
so the only reason why I feel this, and it's a very small caveat, and it gives room for both of them to be right, which is why I mean it's by design. That was the whole point of the promo, is that you're not supposed to hate either of them by the end of it. But um, I genuinely, unless the Usos come out on Monday and they're like actually riding for Roman again, um, I think talking about someone's dead family would supersede if Roman didn't exist, or like that supersedes an allegiance to Roman. Like it totally makes sense to me why, like, you know, like if someone talks shit about my dead uncle, but I hated my cousin that's his father, but like I had my own relationship with my uncle, I would be hot about that. And they said several times, it ain't about Roman. Apologize to us because that was my uncle. But they didn't say enough of that. But
But also, if you think about it, let's say in this hypothetical world, your cousin sucks to you and he never apologizes. Who the fuck are you to tell me to apologize when your fucking cousin don't even apologize to you?
which is fair, but also it's like it's more so like if I was friends with the person that said that about my uncle too, like we were boys, I'd be like, you owe me a personal apology about this, and we can move on. Which they almost did. But then Punk was like, I am sorry that you're fuck ass. and
Yeah.
then like, but that's the thing though, is that Punk ain't wrong either. I do think he's being a little bit of a bitch. I think he could have apologized to it and then still gotten the illicit thing. Like, I'm sorry that I said that about your uncle to you guys. You guys are my boys. I shouldn't have done that. But let's acknowledge the fact that Roman Reigns has still, and then they could be like, man, boom, and then hit him right there. And then I think that would have been a clearer, like, Usos writing for Roman type of moment. And I actually don't even mind that. Like, showing, but him calling them young boys, I liked that, though.
That was cool.
Because it's true. It's like you're out here defending me for something I said to Roman. What Roman should be out here defending you guys to me. That is the logic. If he cared about you guys, he'd be out here doing that. Um,
I think this could lead to Roman Reigns finally apologizing to the Usos, which would be cool. That'll get a pop out of me. A stupid pop, but it would work for me. I do like
sorry,
this.
Wilson.
I like the direction of this feud, though. And I know Roman's not there every week. And what sucks about that is, to me, I don't think Roman has to be there every week. But what sucks is whenever Roman's not there, like that's the point of discussion and not promos like these. They're like, see,
Yeah.
this is why I don't want Roman to win because blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't give a fuck. The champ doesn't have to be there every week, bro. I think that's the problem a lot of wrestling's having, where it's like, it's oversaturated, you know? But I want Roman to win.
I think if Roman wins, I don't want a long title reign. I'm fine with him winning. But I do think if it's we're less than that now. We're 5 weeks out of WrestleMania. Like 36 days. 4 weeks, 5 weeks out of WrestleMania. Where are you? Like Triple H is like showing his hole trying to get fucking tickets sold. And like your main guy isn't there. You think that wouldn't boost ticket sales? You think it's not worth the money to pay him a little extra to show up at every single one of these dates for the final stretch to Mania? Unless
I think
he's
it adds
planning on a
value,
stretch.
though. I think it adds value when he's there. And I also think, like, I
think they just don't have the creative for it. I don't think they have the direction.
And I think if Roman's there every week, like, that doesn't boost ticket sales for me. The problem with wrestling and WWE right now is everything else. Like you said it, there's only 2 matches you're excited about for WrestleMania, and we're a month away. we need to build other shit. There needs to be something else to be excited about. We're both already excited about the two main events. Yeah. I'm excited for Liv and Stephanie. I think that one's grown on me over the month or whatever. Dominic and Finn did a lot of good work on this show to make me actually care about the feud.
Dom and Finn will actually, I think, be one of the sleeper matches of the night.
I agree 100%. But we need to put that much energy into other things, and Roman not being there lets the segment be a quick 10-minute segment with the Usos, which the show needs. And I think Raw, I enjoyed Raw this week. There wasn't too much, but they hit the points that they needed to hit. Oba versus Rusev could have been better, sure, but like we want to build Oba so he could fight Brock. Perfect. Finn and Dom, I didn't give a fuck about this feud before the segment, but seeing JD turn on Finn, I give a fuck about this segment.
That hurt a little.
And that makes me care, which is good. Yeah. We're getting the El Grande versus El Grande next week because of the Penta match. We're getting Bayley versus AJ Lee, which we talked about different feuds, and Bayley's a legend of the women's division, and we get her versus AJ Lee. That's a fucking dream match. There was a lot, bro, on this show that built in the right direction. Like, legitimately the worst. We're getting Javon versus Kofi at some point. That's cool.
That's going to be great.
That's cool. That's what we need. So I think they did a good job. Good job on Raw.
I think, what was it again? What was the Judgment Day segment?
Yeah.
The Judgment Day segment specifically was great. Showing JD turn on Finn and everything like that. I think this is going to lead to the Demon coming back at some point. I'm hoping at Mania. I mean, I got to see the last time I saw the Demon. I mean, the first time I saw a Finn Balor match was actually the Demon. It was that Hell in a Cell match with Edge that ended in 10 minutes because
they were
someone
bleeding
got
out,
busted open on a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
I guess he was actually concussed. To be fair,
he got fucked up. No, he needed 30 staples in his head or something.
But he said it. But I think I heard in a podcast or something that it wasn't the cut that stopped the match; it was the concussion.
Oh, really?
It was the fact that he got hit so bad that he was dazed,
shell shocked.
Which is why that Javon Evans match ended early too, because he got a slight concussion. And
they don't want another Chris Benoit, bro.
Yeah, I mean with the fucking injury list as well. Even beyond that, Triple H probably cares more about the bottom line than that, honestly. But
this just made me care about the segment, bro. At the end of the day, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, all right, Finn versus Dom's gonna happen. It is what it is.
To be on the pre-show.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a level up for Finn at all. But him versus the whole faction, kicking him out instead of a faction warfare. Is fine. Hey, I got the Zell for the AEW tickets from my homie. Let's go. We're up.
Hey, I love not being the last person to send you the money for that.
My brother's not paying me, but he's supplying all my beers for the day, which is very nice. Very nice,
Dude. Oh, I just won a lawsuit, bro. I got $400 in a lawsuit, so I'm that'll be 2 beers at Crypto, bro. I'm so excited.
Sick. And parking.
That's 2 Michelob Ultras and parking, dude. We're up in this.
Maybe you'll have a little bit of extra money for one of the hot dogs outside the stadium.
Honestly, dude, I can't wait. You're gonna see me run. I'm gonna forget those exist. I'm gonna be like, we're having diarrhea tomorrow, aren't we?
What? Yeah, dude, I had that last time I went to. Welcome. No. Let's go over to AEW because this did not feel like a go-home show to a pay-per-view. Dude, and maybe my bar was so high, but I wanted Kenny or Ospreay or just some return, Jericho, Adam Cole come back from the dead. Just something to... Because when they built this card with Statlander, Tekla, Moxley, Takeshita, Hangman, MJF to start, I was like, oh shit, it's kind of over. This is going to be an insane card. And then it just kind of waters down after that. And I think that's more of an injury thing. I mean, we have 2 Willow Nightingale matches in one night. So that's what we're doing. But this 6-on-6 or 3-on-3 tag match was cool. The highlight, though, of Dynamite was Kyle Fletcher versus Mike Bailey. You catch that match?
I actually did not end up catching it fully. I did watch some of it. I mean, it was exactly what I expected. It was
I just hated the finish.
Very good match.
I hate
I'm looking at the card again, trying to see
in
what they didn't promote on Dynamite.
in AEW. I don't like those false finishes. In WWE, sure, it's more of a storyline. But if you want this speedball Kyle Fletcher to feel like have a clean finish at the end at least, and then give us the rematch at Dynamite, I would have loved that.
They're just gonna do the whole Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher thing where it's like a 7-match series. You know what I mean? So like on commentary, you can be like, they wrestled 7 times. You're like, oh yeah, because 3 other times were throwout decisions, whatever. And you don't even know who actually the win went to. Like,
Do you remember their Continental Classic match last year? Speedball and Speedball and Fletcher. It was amazing, and Speedball got the upset. I remember I watched it. I was in Bakersfield for work.
I didn't watch it. I wasn't into AEW at that time.
No, you watched it. We were doing the show. This is end of the year.
Is this the one that we watched then?
No, it's not pay-per-view. It was Dynamite.
Let me see.
Remember the Continental Classic tournament they do, where everyone you get three points for a win, 1 point for a tie, 0 for a loss. So they did that, Speedball versus Fletcher, and then there's the picture of like Speedball like after he gets this roll-up win, and it was just an amazing match. Rewatch that match. That might be a 5-star match. But
oh yes,
I know you remember it because
this is the finish for the finish for last night.
Oh no, I'm talking about the CC.
It just came up as well.
It was just good. It's good hoops all around. We get the FTR Ciampa stuff, which I'm just excited to see Ciampa at Revolution because I like his theme song, really, more than anything.
The Psycho Killer.
I'm also excited to see the Dogs live, but the segment that I was the most locked in on. Did you watch the last segment between MJF and Adam Page?
No, I did not. I caught almost all of this off of TikTok highlights.
Let me break this down.
Right.
This was a very awkward press conference that felt like they had a real journalist in there asking boring questions.
Yeah, I saw this. It was horrible.
It was horrible. It was terrible. It wasn't like I wanted this press conference not even to be physical, but just more fucking jabs, and like it ends with MJF trying to give a toast to Hangman for like losing the title or something.
Well,
and
it's
Hangman
MJF. You expect like brutality on the mic with him.
There was no zings. They were just kind of answering questions, which fucking sucked. It just was not good hoops. So it disappointed me, and then we get the little brawl. But I do think this is going to end up being a fucking gruesome match, and I'm not looking forward to seeing that live because that'll take me out of it for sure. But man, I hope they cook. You know, I guess
How far back are we?
What do you mean?
Oh, like where are our seats? Like if it's far enough back, like that's the thing. When it comes to like that type of stuff, my own like gore and stuff like that is what bothers me. But seeing other people's is fine. But if I've never been to a wrestling match where I've never seen a death match, so like
our seats are similar to where I sat last year, and you'll be able to kind of see everything. But I don't know. It's not that the worst things I saw last year was the Tony Storm Mariah May match in person where they had the
the high heel, right?
Yeah, the heel, and they had I think a nails spot or pins or whatever it was spot. So I saw that, but that wasn't like or no, it was glass. It was broken glass. I don't like that shit. But what's cool is this card seems cleaner other than the main event. So I'm like, all right, we'll get through the main event. I'll be drunk enough to fall asleep if I got to, you know.
You just go pass out. Like, what happened?
Oh, main event was so good. That's gonna be me tomorrow. Tomorrow's episode. MJF.
Oh, actually, we got really good spots. We're not on the. Yeah, no, I found where we're at now.
I love those seats, bro. It's like for a wrestling show. Yeah, you're in a great spot, and the crowd's always louder up there than they are on the floor.
Especially at crypto, being up in the leaders is not fun.
Hell no, and people will be in there for that. I want to touch on a couple other things I watched this week. Just because I love wrestling, you know, I'm tapped in. I didn't get to see too much NXT. I think I started NXT, and then I just, like, turned it off. I was like, this is just nothing on the show seems interesting to me. And that's kind of how NXT's been lately. But next week, Sol Ruka could potentially win the women's title, so we got that. But what I really wanted to talk about, and I'd probably say this was show of the week, it's fucking TNA, bro. TNA just sometimes, in weeks like this where wrestling's dead, the simple stuff is nice. And we got a Hardy's match on here. We got Sosa, bang, bang.
Oh, yeah, you're hot on Sosa right now.
Yeah, I am. You know, Ricky Sosa debut. He's not the greatest wrestler in the world, but it's fun. We have a good time.
Nah, he's the best.
He's the best. I don't think
I like
Ariana
his
Grande.
entrance. I do like his entrance.
I did too. And I gotta give a shout out to BDE, another wrestling creator. Probably the best. Not the best. He's just a really good wrestler, you know? If he gets to go in there with Trey Miguel and Rich Swann on the same team, it's just fun to watch. Good hoops. And yeah, they got a pay-per-view coming up sometime soon, so I'll be sure to watch that and cover that on here. But this was another show I didn't really get fully through. I felt like wrestling sucked this week.
For go-home shows all across the board, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
No.
Yeah. It wasn't
wasn't.
great. It really wasn't. I expected more from AEW specifically. WWE has kind of been a more consistent disappointment lately. There's like a few things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and wrestling fans bitching about wrestling.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just expected more. It's my fault for expecting more, I guess, from AEW at least. Then again, I didn't even really watch most of the show, but the stuff that I did watch just kind of didn't feel like a go-home show. Like, I did watch that press conference, and I felt like it was really corny. MJF, I don't know why he's holding back at all. Like, he's not, unless he's going to do a promo.
I don't even think it's holding back, bro. I think it's such a setup. Like, if they put them both in the ring with a mic, they're talking shit. But you give them a fucking press conference. Yeah, like, how the fuck are you going to... I thought it was a contract signing. You know, a contract signing, I could always get behind a contract signing, you know?
Press conferences. AEW has a horrible track record with press conferences.
Horrible.
Like, literally. Like, even CM Punk is like the tip of the iceberg of the questionable press conference moments they've had, you know? I don't know. But I do know Revolution's going to be a banger. If it sucks somehow, it's like... It's not like the UFC where you see a great card like the BMF title recently, which don't get me fucking started on that. But then, like, it sucks. This is scripted. There's no reason it should suck. So if it sucks, it's truly their fault. And they have every piece to have a good match. Have good matches across the board. Revolution looks stacked. It looks, honestly, there's more matches on Revolution that I'm excited for than WrestleMania. It's not quite as high up on my excitement level, but as an average, you know, like,
you know, and this is the first show of the year. Like, we're in March, and this is the first pay-per-view of the year. This has to hit, you know, because if it doesn't hit, then I've gone 3 months with bad vibes with the AEW, and that's just not okay. And Tony Khan knows that, so maybe they pushed it back to get this Jericho return or something big, some big pop. I don't know if there's any like free agent really out there right now that could, like, unless they bring back like Ric Flair or something, but. The last thing I wanted to say on the press conference, and you're going to agree with me on this, I was thinking about it, and I was like, imagine how shitty it would be to be in the crowd for that. Like,
just sitting there? Like,
yeah, the last 15 minutes of the show, you're watching the fucking screen with everyone else. Like that. Like, ooh. I would have left.
It was probably free. It was probably like a press event thing, but yeah.
Well, no, because it was all like... You're not going to go from the arena to the press event. It was right off. It was during the show.
Oh, so I didn't know if it was like a separate thing.
No. It was the main event of Dynamite. That segment.
That's crazy. I only saw the camera angle. You know what I'm talking about? Like the hard cam that made it look like it was a UFC event.
That's what it was a joke. But hey, I don't want to be the guy. You know, there's a lot of bad vibes around wrestling all the time. So we could end it on a positive note. We just hit 10,010 subscribers. Got to shout out the last 10 too. So thank you guys so much for showing love on the show. Hey, I don't know why y'all aren't in the Discord. Join the fucking Discord right now or I'm going to beat your ass.
I'll put the community codes in there for anything I make.
Yeah, please do.
The most broken movesets ever. It's great.
Wrestling's kind of buns right now, so come play WWE 2K with us. We could put something together a little bit better than what Tony Khan and Triple K are doing right now. But thank you guys again for watching another episode of RTP Wrestling This Week in Wrestling. I'm your host, RTP ANT NHD. Next to me is my boy RTP John. We out, and shout out Ricky Sosa. Sosa.